Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to creating a relationship with our body. How many of us actually go to somebody else to tell us about our own bodies? Do you ever think about the disconnect between our consciousness and our body? Are you even aware that our body sends you messages? Hi, I'm Miss Chrissy D with the PNK Files, your emergency kit to life. And this is Darlene Turner with Victim to Victory. And together, we're the perspective.
Hi, everyone. So for the last, I guess 6 weeks, we've been talking about the mind and beliefs and how we sabotage ourselves and patterns. Well, we really wanted to bring it down into the body now. And so for the month of December, we're going to talk about the body. It's truly magnificent how our body's put together and how it works. Every cell in our body is replaced within 7 years. So literally we have a brand new body every 7 years. That's crazy, hey?
I like my body better 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. You know, time kind of sometimes takes a toll on the body. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton, actually, and Michael's going to share down in the notes the link to YouTube, really goes into detail around cells and how they are receivers of information. And you can literally take a cell, and maybe it's a muscle cell, say, and put it in with bone, and it'll become a bone. So that's how much our cells are receiving the inside information, whether that's our thoughts, which we've been talking a lot about in previous shows. What we're thinking influences our body and what shows up in our life, and in a big way. So when we become aware of that, are we being kind to our body, judgmental, or are we criticizing or disliking our body? And that message is actually going right into the cells. So the environment affects the cells.
Mm-hmm. And another way, nourishing the body is how you eat. Vitamins, minerals, so important. You know, we were taught you don't need vitamins if you eat properly. Well, that's not the case anymore. And we need to nourish our body. Our soil, our ground is so depleted of the minerals and vitamins. They've tested oranges out of Florida. Doesn't even have vitamin C anymore, or no potassium in bananas. So it's really important to have good vitamins, chelated minerals. That I look at that as our army in front of our cells. So disease can't get to our cells. You got to build up that wall, and you do that with health and nutrition.
That's so true. It's like building that strong foundation for the body. If you're missing a wall or two, obviously your house is going to be pretty shaky. And when one function of something is out, that causes a disharmony within the whole body. So it's so important to give the body the things the body needs to be healthy, to be strong, to function properly. So that's why in the next month, we really want to help you understand what the body needs, create a relationship of communication back and forth with the body. So I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. The first part is our physical body. And so within our physical body, we obviously have our organs, our systems, our fluids, and how everything actually works automatically. We don't really even need to think about it. Our heart's beating, we're breathing, we're digesting. And so truly, I believe it's miraculous that we can even create life within our body. It just blows my mind how everything can work in harmony. And the second part we have is the energetics of our body. So this is sort of the electric currents that run through our body. It's the information system. I could just maybe compare it to, say, power lines that go all to our houses in our neighborhood. So if you think of that sort of as our houses as cells or organs, and you have that transmitter box up top in the pole, and when it's knocked out, boom, all the power goes out to the whole neighborhood. So that's how important our electrical part of our body, our energetic part of our body, and this is done through meridians. And meridians connect an organ with an element and an emotion. So you can see how our, like, the emotion is one way we're functioning in life, our organs, and the elements are earth, fire, water, air, and space. So we'll go into a lot more, well, more detail around that in upcoming shows. And the third part to the body is the essence or the spirit of the body. It's the soul part. And this is the part we've been each show actually trying to get you to connect to that part of tapping into the heart and feeling the more of you in that space. And sometimes through trauma or shock, then your soul can either get disconnected from the body, or if we've been in fear and survival a really long time, then there's just never been a connection to that part of us, that soul part.
Yeah, mind, body, and soul. It takes it all, and it's amazing how synergistically it works. And I can share a story. When I was younger, I was in a very serious car accident, and I had to walk with a cane. My arm was paralyzed for a while. They had to take some of my teeth out to realign my jaw. And I had some pretty serious injuries that they told me that by a certain age, I would be in a wheelchair and there was nothing I could do about it. So when I heard that, it was just shocking to me. I'm an athlete. I've always been in pretty good shape. And when I heard that, and there was x-rays. So it was, you're going to be in a wheelchair by this age. And I just went, nope, not me. There is no way I'm going to do that. And I had to walk my talk of the things that we were talking about. I had to take control of my mind and say, there is no way there's no way I can even see myself in a wheelchair. I had to take my health and nutrition very serious. And I got really into shape and built up everything that I could build up to help the rest of it that needed building up. And I am happy to say that in 10 months, I am going to be 20 years past the due date that they told me I would be in a wheelchair. So mind, body, and soul.
Woohoo! I love that, Chris. That's amazing. You know, another person would have took that diagnosis from the doctor and just considered it their fate, and their life would have done that turn that was there for them to just dive into, being in a wheelchair, and that was it. But you took the reins and you said hell no, and created a different reality. And
yeah,
wow.
And it, you know what, when you go through trauma, it is easy for us to want to go to that other place.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it's in our face, right? Like you said, you have the pain, you have the diagnosis from the doctor, and there's the proof, right? But saying, no, I'm not going to believe in this. I'm not buying into it. I'm going to change fate. It's really what you did.
And there was a lot of pain. I was taking probably 10, 12 painkillers a day for years. Yeah. I was not in good shape. It was pretty serious. So you know what? If I can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely. And the thing that you also did was communicated that message to your body. So like we said at the very beginning, the cells are listening. So instead of giving them that message, oh, I'm not going to be able to walk, you gave them the message, we're going to create health. What do you need? And you gave that body what it needed to get to that state where you could recover and create a healthy body again. So, wow. Yes. Yeah. And so that brings us to another way of looking at things as well, is that our body is trying to communicate with us. So it's sending us messages through pain, through illnesses, through, digestion maybe problems and things like that we may ignore or just numb out thinking, oh, I'm just in pain, and you take a Tylenol and you don't actually ask or discover what.
Perfect example would be Christmas coming up. So we all sit there and have our big turkey dinner. And I think most of us, well, I can speak for myself, will eat way too much, and then we'll be uncomfortable. We'll sit on the couch. Our stomachs will hurt. We're lethargic. We're tired. And we're like, oh, why did I eat so much? I feel terrible. That's a really good way to start listening to your body. It's that simple. You ate too much and your body is telling you, I don't feel good. I can't function like this.
Really good point. And, just giving yourself, when you're done your plate, put, a reasonable amount on it. And maybe just like when you're done that, give yourself a few minutes, because the mind is like, oh, that's good. I want more, right? And when you can just actually stop and just give it a few minutes, it's like the fullness actually starts feeling in your belly, and you realize you don't actually need the second plate. And then
I think that's going to be the hardest tip to follow.
Yeah. I do it. We do it all the time, especially when we go out for dinner. It's like we order this huge meal because it's like, oh, restaurant food. And then we feel yucky the rest of the evenings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our body's talking to us.
That's just one easy way to actually listen to the body. There are so many. And that's why it's so important that we want to bring in a knowledge and an understanding of how the body is broken down, because even through the medical system, they don't actually even recognize, acknowledge anyway, the energetic part of the systems and the body that works. So It's only partial picture sometimes we get of what the body is. So let me tell you some tips here today. They're kind of all combined into all three into the one, but we'll bring it up in the three stages, because I was talking about, the physical, the energy part of our body, and then the essence part of our body. So when we can have a minute and it's quiet, sometimes we don't recognize our body unless it hurts. So what I'm asking you is sort of scan and feel into your feet, and just think and put your awareness there on your feet. And a lovely way to do this is just have gratitude. Thank you, feet. Like literally how our feet walk us through life, carry our load. There's so much they do, right? And so we just put a little gratitude there. And then move up the leg to the calf and the shins, maybe our knees for all the bending it does. And just putting our awareness and working our way up the body and having that intent of gratitude and feeling in what feels good, what may, just no judgment, no nothing, just become aware. And then the second tip, or the second piece of this, is feeling into that electric part of your body, just seeing if there's numbness, maybe tingling. Those are kind of signs of the electric or the nerve part of things. And if you can't feel that, that's okay. You can test it by just your energy your body is at. So if you think of a light bulb and you got a new battery in there, how bright the light is. So we think of our bodies as, oh, I feel really energetic and ready to go. But if our battery's low, we're a lot dimmer and just not so much get up and go. And then the third part is, of course, putting your hands on your heart and feeling into there and that space of where your soul resides, and tapping into that and giving yourself some love and gratitude. That's it, people. Just scan the physical, scan the electric, and then connect to the soul.
Yes. Couple things before we go. I want to remind everybody to please come and visit me at misschrissyd.com and get your pink on. And we also want to remind you to come to our group page. Darlene, what you're doing on there?
I want to talk about it. Michael and I have been on our group page, and we've been doing a clearing every night. We started December 1st. It takes about 20 minutes, and we're literally clearing everything. So if you don't feel that disconnect from your body, maybe your energy is low, this clearing is going to help so many of these things. You get a good night's sleep. Maybe you're just feeling off. Sometimes it's totally clears and you feel more connected to yourself, better, more energy. So we're doing that every evening at 7:30 in our group. So all you have to do is go to the perspective page, Darlene Turner, Miss Chrissy D. If you're having troubles finding it, just key in our names, put like or hit like, and Michael will add you to our group. We're there. We usually come on a little bit early and talk about this or that, a few tips, and then into the clearing. So see you there.
Thank you. And come and join us every Sunday for the new perspective on trauma, abuse, chronic pain, and the steps to a healthy and thriving life. We will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.